All right, so we are now in week 7, quarter 4, Spanish 1. Everything's already set up going to quarter 4, as you've already done because you're watching this video. But Semana Siete. It's going to be a kind of a short week. This is it. Um, Seniors or graduating, you don't need to worry about doing this week right here. I'd like you to spend this week catching up, redoing any assignments that you need to redo in order to make sure you have a good grade in the class before you graduate. Uh, this will be your last week for the remainder of you, ninth, 10th, and 11th graders. And right now we're going to talk about I didn't mean to say pronombres, but verbos reflexivos. Okay, I need to actually fix that. But these are reflexive verbs. So, reflexive verbs are verbs that end up ending in se. So they're going to have like a normal ending, okay, but they're also like, if you have like, here's one, arreglar, which means to pick up or to, but when you put a se at the end, it means to like to prepare oneself or get ready for something. Um, so arreglarse, that means to get ready. Okay. So what happens with these verbs, you end up using them to describe actions that you do for yourself. Okay. So right here are examples. We have a few examples. So we have the verb, for example, lavarse or lavar. We just start with lavar, which means to clean or to wash. Okay. So if I want to say I wash the car, I say yo lavo. Got rid of that AR. Lavo el carro or el coche. Either one's works, okay? So anything that you're gonna wash that's not yourself, you end up using just the regular old yo lavo el carro, everything that you already know. But when you talk about washing yourself, like washing your face or washing your hands, that's when you're gonna use reflexive, okay? So if I want to say I wash my hands, I say yo, and there's lavo, means manos. But in addition to, in English, I wash my hands, because you're doing it to yourself, you have to put me right there before lavo. So yo me lavo, and actually it should be las manos. Okay, yo me lavo las manos. Okay, if I want to say like I, I wash my feet. I'll write up here in English. I wash my feet. You're doing it to yourself. So again, you have yo me lavo los pies. And you don't put mis pies because we already know that you're doing it to yourself from the me. So yo me lavo los pies. Okay? So let's say I were washing my daughter's hands because she's a baby, or my son's hands, right? I would say yo lavo las manos a mi hijo. Okay, so notice here I didn't put a reflexive form of the verb, reflexive format right there. You don't do that. When you're doing it to someone else, you end up just using the regular form of the verb, not the reflexive. So yo lavo las manos a mi hijo. Okay. Um, but then if my son, if he washed his hands, I would say se llama, his name is Liam. So I would say Liam se lava las manos. And again, we use reflexive right here because we're using reflexive right there with the say because he's doing it to himself. If you washing your hands, I would say te lavas las manos. So you're washing yourself. You wash yourself the hands. Okay, so it's only when the only when these agree for the most part. Okay, let me go in a little bit more detail here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next page because this describes a bit more. So here for the reflexive, we have me, te, se, nos, os, and se. Okay, so the me is washing yourself. Te is washing yourself. You wash yourself. Se, we can use that for both el, ellos, usted, or ellos, ellas, and ustedes. They both share se. Of course, to make things confusing. So say lava, uh, whatever. So he washes, she washes, you wash yourself. So all of these are washing themselves, okay? So that's why if I say, they're washing their hands, I'll put they wash their hands, wash their hands. In Spanish, because it's they, I'm going to use this one right here. Se lavan las manos. I should probably put ellos here too because, if I just say se lavan las manos, it could be ustedes, it could be ustedes, ellas, or ellos that are doing it. So if I'm more specific, um, people know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? Um, Again, if I want to say we wash our hands, we wash our hands, you'll put nosotros. You could optionally put nosotros, or you can just start out with nos lavamos las manos. So we wash ourselves the hands. That's pretty much what's being said right there. Okay, so that's reflexive because you're actually doing it to yourself, or we're doing it to ourselves. Now, if I want to say we wash their hands, okay, so whoever we are, it's not the same as their, right? It's two different groups of people. So we don't use reflexive form, and we say lavamos las manos de ellos. Okay, so you're only using reflexive when the person who's doing the action is doing it to himself. If they're doing it to someone else, then it's different. Okay? Uh, yes. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. Okay. You might say, okay, well that's reflexive verbs. What other verbs are reflexive? So I can go over here. I have a few. Actually, right here before I get to that, here's a quiz. Um, not too much work, but basically here I will go to settings and see what the instructions are. Actually, if I do preview. Okay, so instructions. Make this big. So it says here, after the basketball game, some of the players, I need to fix that. After the game, some of the players wash up while others go directly home. Say who is washing up and who is not. Okay, so you'll be given a name and then C if they wash up before they leave, or no if they don't. So all you need to do for these is use the reflexive and put no from the ones that aren't. Um, okay, you need conjugate. So Paco no se lava. So we have Paco and no. So he doesn't wash up. So you need to say Paco does not wash up. So you say Paco no se lava. Paco no se lava. So because it's Paco, it's one person. It's that. What do you call it? It's third person. Let me do a quick refresher here in case you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about. So remember, if you have yo, it's going to be, we're going to have me lavo. If it's tú, it'll be te lavas. If it's él, ella, or usted, it's going to be se lava. These are two separate words, se and lava. Okay, and then if we have nosotros, it'll be nos lavamos. Vosotros will be os lavais. And then ellos, ellas, and ustedes would be se lavan. Okay, so I come up with Paco. Paco is going to be with el right there, right there. So we're going to use se lava, but it's no, so we say Paco no se lava. Let's do a couple more. And actually, we won't do it. I'll do it here without that. Okay, so another one might be you say Mr. Say Mr. Horton y su esposa. Right? So you say because we have more than one person and you guys aren't Mr. Horton or we're not involved in it, so it'll be third person. Okay, now let me go back so you can see what that looks like. So it's third person, ellos. So you say lavan. You say se lavan las manos. And before that, I can put Mr. Horton y su esposa. Okay, it's Mr. Horton and his wife. Okay, so for notice for all of these, we have Roberto, C, Luis y Pedro, no, Clara. Of all these people named here, you just need to figure out which one of these here, over here, or over here that you need to put in there, okay, and saying whether they do it or not, okay? Any questions about that, please let me know, okay? So semana siete. So I have a nice little list, a small list, because beginning of next year in Spanish too, this is like the first thing you go over is reflexive verbs. So I'll provide a small list of ones that have to do with personal hygiene. Okay, bañarse, lavarse, peinarse, ponerse. These are all the words. Just study them so you know them, and they're reflexive. Remember, they apply to, people doing things for themselves. Okay. Um, Also provided the words here in a short little PDF document that'll make it easier for some of you to take a look at. Okay, and then also there's flashcards for you to practice using them. Okay. So, practice all of those, and of course, there's a quiz at the end. This time, two questions. One is you just need to write a paragraph describing what you do to get ready in the morning using, these words right here to help you say what you need to say. And then right here we have pronunciation. So you just after practice pronunciation on the previous page, go ahead and record yourself saying those words. Okay. So yeah, I don't have anything else, but um, like I said, the seniors, you're graduating, you don't need to worry about this week. Um, go ahead and get your grades in early. For everyone else, go ahead and do this week. If you have any questions, let me know. The next week, the rest of you have time to catch up for make sure all your grades are tight and all the assignments are completed. Okay. So in the meantime, let me know if there's any questions about any of this or anything else that we've done or anything that should have been done weeks ago that you might have a question about. Just feel free to contact me and we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. I hope everyone's. If I don't talk to you guys between now and then, have a wonderful summer and good luck. Done.